Hello and welcome to the second Console Room 2021 Consuite pizza video. We've got two truly unique pizzas, a dessert pizza and a fish fingers and custard pizza. I'm sure you're skeptical, but stay tuned and you may just be surprised. Start by preheating the oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Fill a casserole dish with water and put in the oven along with your pizza stone. Get 2 whole eggs and crack them into a separate bowl. Pour 2 cups of milk or dairy into a saucepan. Measure out at least 1 cup of cheddar cheese. Ignore the mozzarella. Heat the dairy on medium heat. Add the garlic, paprika, salt, and pepper to the eggs. Add dried thyme to the dairy. Stir the dairy for several minutes until bubbles start to form. Once bubbles start to form, turn the burner to low heat and slowly add the cheddar cheese until completely melted. I initially thought mozzarella would work, but it did not and I wasn't able to reshoot. Mozzarella is great for pizza, not so great for the sauce. Lightly beat the eggs and then add a few tablespoons of the milk and cheese mixture to temper the eggs so they don't scramble. Once you've added enough of the liquid, you should be safe to add the rest and mix thoroughly. Pour the custard into ramekins or other oven-safe containers and then carefully place those containers in the casserole dish of hot water. Bake the custard for 30 to 35 minutes. Fish fingers, also known as fish sticks, or in this case, fish fillets, we'll need to cook them separately so they're cooked through and crispy. I used my shiny new air fryer, but the conventional oven will work just fine. Depending on when the custard is done, take the pizza stone out of the oven and start prepping the dough. We'll also remove one of the custard ramekins early to use for the pizza sauce. We're also going to cut up the fish fingers into bite-sized chunks to use for the pizza topping. Next, we'll cook the dough for 2 to 3 minutes. Once the dough's cooked, we'll spread on the custard sauce, then top with fish finger pieces, and finally sprinkle with cheddar and mozzarella cheese. Bake the pizza on the upper oven rack for 4 to 5 minutes or until cheese is nice and melted. Once it's cooked, transfer off the pizza stone onto a cutting board and let it rest for a few minutes. Once it's cool enough, slice and enjoy. Okay, I'll be honest, I thought it was going to be a cursed pizza, but it actually turned out really well. I ate the whole thing in one day, and it went great with a little sriracha sauce. I knew I was taking a risk because I hate wasting food and I didn't know how this was going to turn out, but I'm glad that Doctor Who inspired me to make this truly unique pizza. Now we'll be showing you how to make your own dessert pizza with ingredients normally kept on hand during console room. Since these ingredients cook very fast, we'll start by pre-cooking the crust. Since this crust normally takes about 10 minutes to cook, we'll pre-bake it for 5 minutes. Carefully remove the pre-baked crust from the oven so we can apply our toppings. Start by spreading the Nutella like a pizza sauce on the still warm crust. Then we'll add our next 3 toppings. Chocolate chips first, since those will melt, then the mini marshmallows, and then finally the goldfish crackers, or generic equivalent. When you're finished with the toppings, put the pizza in the oven and bake for 4 to 5 minutes or until the marshmallows start to brown. The dessert pizza bakes very quickly, so you'll want to keep an eye on it. Once it's done cooking, take it out of the oven and let it rest for a few minutes. You'll want it to cool down at least a little bit so it's easier to cut, but not too cold that it loses its warm gooiness. But even if it's a mess to cut, it'll still taste great. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed Console Room 2021.